The sky is dismal and dreary. The lakes are murky and dangerous. There's an air of cheerlessness and sorrow, and misfortune lurks around every shadowy corner. Welcome to the world of Gloom. Gloom is a card game for 2 to 5 players from Atlas Games. Players will take on the role of narrator to tell the sorrowful story of their family tree. Will your story be the most dreadful of all, or will sunshine and rainbows ruin the dark tale? Let's find out in Gloom. Each player will start by choosing a family and laying down the 5 family cards face up in front of them. Shuffle the remaining non-family cards and place them face down in the middle of the table to form a draw pile. Each player draws 5 cards for their starting hand. Whoever has had the worst day goes first. If everyone has had equally dreadful days, whoever owns the game goes first. Now you are ready to play. During your turn, you will make 2 plays and draw back up to your hand limit, in that order. There are 5 different types of play. Play a modifier, play an event, discard your hand, pass, and play an untimely death. Modifiers have a black text plate with white text and may have story icons on them. They can be used to either add positive points to self-worth or negative points to self-worth. If the modifier played has an immediate effect, that is resolved first before anything else can happen. Multiple modifier cards can be placed on the same character. Some cards can give you a free play, which simply means that you will get an extra play on top of your 2 plays. Event cards have a gray text plate with red text and a red central image showing all of the story icons. When an event card is played, follow the effect listed on the card and place it in the discard pile. You can choose to discard your entire hand, but there is a catch. If you choose to discard your hand as your first play, you cannot draw your hand back up until the end of your turn, so you won't be able to play any cards for your second turn. You can choose to pass one or both of your plays if you don't have any cards to play, or just don't want to play them. Untimely death cards have a gray text plate with black text and a skull image that will cover the portrait of the character it is played on. If you want to play an untimely death card, this must be done on your first play. These cards are played on living characters with a negative self-worth. Cards can be played on any living characters. This includes other players' characters. Cards cannot be played on dead characters unless the card specifically says otherwise. Some cards will have effect icons on them. The arrows pointing to the right are immediate effects. These occur as soon as the card is played. The arrows looping to the left are response cards. These are played during other players' turns in response to their plays. The circle with the arrows pointing to the left are continuous. These cards trigger as soon as it is played and is in play until the effect text is no longer visible. Once you have made your 2 plays, draw back up to your hand limit. Unless it is altered by card effects, your hand limit is always 5. However, if you have more than 5 cards in your hand, you do not have to discard down to 5. When it is your time to draw, you do not draw more cards until you drop below the 5-card limit. The moment that any player's entire family dies, the game ends and scoring begins. You only gain points for the self-worth points that are visible on your dead family members. The player with the lowest family value wins, and that's Gloom.